All right, good morning, Alta Realty Group agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing. And today we're going to be going through some kind of high-level Facebook ad techniques, especially because we talk so much about targeting our farms and targeting certain super small geographical areas. This is a really important webinar for us. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Before we get into this, I would like to bring, unfortunately, Bill Seitz is not going to be with us this morning. He had a little fire to put out with a file. So instead, we're going to have Cameron Alley from Clearview Mortgage join us. Good morning, Cameron. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, everyone.
All right. And so so today we're going to have Cameron kind of give us a quick market update. And then he's actually got a really good anecdote for us on how he helped an agent out. And so I think it's really good for us to talk about ways that, our mortgage, our loan officers can actually help us, save files, create business, all that good stuff. So take it away, Cameron. First of all, how you doing today?
Good, really good, really good. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it. So
Yeah.
I'll make this quick because I know everyone's busy. So basically, I had one of the Alta agents reach out to me who was having problems on a file. Actually was in escrow, I think, since June of last year because they were having so much problems getting the loan done. So when she brought the file over to me, I looked at it and I realized that what everyone was trying to do was use the borrower's self-employment, but she had good pension income and she was also buying a new primary. So she could rent out her old primary and we could just use that income and qualify on that. So kind of went from needing 2 years of taxes, 2 years of business taxes, three, profit and loss statements, audited profit and loss statements, and just a bunch of crazy stuff to just needing a pension, award letter, a couple bank statements, and a lease agreement, along with proof of first month's rent and deposit. And we were able to get that closed in about 2 weeks. So big difference, obviously, going through huge loan issues like that and being able to bring it over and have a simple solution to it. That's our job, is to find simple solutions to loans so that you guys can close them as quick as possible and obviously get more deals. And to us at Clearview, it's not about, one deal. It's about, creating a great relationship and, having great success in the future and doing, 20, 30, 40 deals down the line together. So, but there's usually always a way. You just got to look at the file, be creative, and figure it out. Another thing is that I tend to do is we have a lender that can simultaneously close 2 packs. So let's say you have a borrower who's having a little bit of problems qualifying to buy another home, but they might own, another primary or an investment property. If they haven't refinanced that for a while, we can always refinance that, drop the payment, maybe take out a little cash and pay off some debts and get that to qualify, close both simultaneously in about 2 weeks as well. So lots of different solutions to helping people qualify. It's just getting someone in there that wants to do the work for you. And then as far as, the mortgage update, 10-year treasury right now is at 1.64. So rates are creeping up a little bit. I'm pretty optimistic thinking that they're probably going to come back down with, some economic news coming up. And also some updates with UWM, who's our fastest and largest lender. We're now able to do manufactured homes with them. You can do VA loans, FHA loans, conventional loans on manufactured homes. We've always been able to do that product, but now we have it with a lender that we can close extremely fast. So that helps obviously in this market with loan contingencies. Another update too on Prime Jumbo on our new jumbo loan packages at UWM. We can take that all the way up to 3 million now. So they increased that loan max. And the max loan to value on that is 90% with no mortgage insurance. So you can literally get a borrower with 10% down on a jumbo loan and get them a loan with no mortgage insurance. Obviously, pricing is a lot better when you get to that 20% down payment, like quite a big difference, about half a point better interest rate. But sometimes people just want to get in the home. So, we've got solutions for that at a lender who can close them very quickly. So that's pretty much everything I have, unless you want me to add anything, Kevin. But
no, that's nice and thorough, Cameron, as usual. No, we really appreciate that, bud. I mean, we've just got such a great mix of banks that we're working with, especially UWM, have just been really kicking butt for us. So always good to hear good news from you, Cameron.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely. And as you guys see, Cameron's information is on the screen. If you have any questions, of course, you can direct them directly to him, and he looks forward to helping. All right, perfect. Well, again, Cameron, thanks. Appreciate it. So today, like I said, we're going to be getting into specific targeting on Facebook ads. So I think it was, God, it's probably been about 2 years or so since Facebook stopped allowing marketers to target really small geographical areas. So now the default is unfortunately all the way up at 15-mile radius around a certain area. So, that really took our ability to target specific communities, and it threw it out the window. It had to do with, fair housing or something like that. So, they just don't allow us to do that anymore. But we do have a workaround. So what we're able to do with Facebook is we are able to create what they call a custom audience. And so a lot of you guys I know are doing retargeting and stuff like that. But one of the cool ways that we can do communities is we can actually upload our own list. So even if you have a list of your own clients, you can upload that now to Facebook as a custom audience, and you can actually target, specific information just to that group. So as you can imagine, your communications would be very different with somebody that you're already doing business with, or is perhaps in a very small geographical community. So what that allows us to do is to really make the messaging in our Facebook marketing really targeted. So first thing I wanted to point out is when you're doing this kind of Facebook advertising, it's actually a really good idea, and a lot of marketers have had a lot of success in not just sending people to your branded Facebook page, but you can also create an unbranded Facebook page. So this is Greg Jones. This is his branded Facebook page for business, but we also have the ability to create other non-branded pages. So here's one that I created called Free Orange County Home Evaluation. So this would be used in conjunction with advertising campaigns that would offer somebody to come on a little site, fill out their information, and get information about their property, get the value of their home. So why would you do that? Well, one thing that makes it advantageous is the non-branded pages. You don't see a realtor here. And occasionally when people click on something on Facebook, they just want some information. They don't want to be contacted by a realtor, and it can be a turnoff. So I've seen studies where they get a little bit better return and a little bit higher click-through rate on these unbranded pages. So you're simply doing the same kind of advertising, but you're using an unbranded page where they're going to end up. Now there's a lot of cool unbranded pages that you can do. I think the ones that would work the absolute best are community pages, especially for what I'm about to talk about, where we really want to create a page that's just dedicated to this farm, or just dedicated to this community within a city. So and this isn't exactly that kind of an example, but there are tons of really cool things that you can post. So you can create a community that is part of a farm, and you can get people to kind of join in and comment on what's going on in your community. You can kind of make it a place for people to get information about events, new restaurants, all that kind of stuff. We've talked a lot about that in the past, but this will create kind of a non-threatening place where people can share information and that kind of stuff. And with these community pages, you don't necessarily want to bombard your the people that are viewing this page with salesy stuff. This is more, hey, this is what's going on in the community. This isn't the kind of communication that you're trying to force somebody to give me your information really quick, right? No, this is more of a benign kind of a page, right? So, and there's a ton of different things to use in conjunction with this. You can use different landing pages. Here's an example of a landing page we use that would encourage someone to get the value of their home. Right now we're working on a little campaign out in Norco for one of our agents, Jeff Brown, and he is his kid was the punter for the Norco football team, and they just won the league. So he's taking a different stance. He's taking a different kind of a crack at this, right? He's not just saying, hey, give me give me your information. He's telling people, well, you know what, I'm the local expert in this community. I live in this community. I've been here for 20 years. I support local football. And here's one of his little things down here. I'm here to help, not bother you. I will not call you. So I wouldn't put that, because I would call everybody, but that's his kind of stance, right? So, and then also, with our agent marketing system, there's tons of different landing pages that we can use, as we've gone over, many, many times. So a lot of different cool, ways to send people to our websites in order to capture their information. So specifically, when we're doing our ads, we have the ability, as we're creating the ads, we have the ability to, in our audience, we can create a brand new custom audience, right? We've got, us personally with our, Facebook advertising, we've got tons of saved audiences, that we target specifically, a lot of different things that we do. But in this case, we can create a new audience, create what they call a custom audience, and we can upload our own audience into this system. So what would we get? How would we get this information? So a really good idea is to contact our local title rep. And we like to use Tycor. We like to use our friend Michelle Denez. She'll help you guys out. And so what we're able to do is we're able to get a list of people in homeowners in a very specific area. Then, if we don't have all of the information, there's a few different services where we can put our list of homeowners' names and addresses and so forth. And this system, PropStream, there's a bunch of them actually. Remine is one that I think normally comes with your MLS subscription. So PropStream, Remine, Property Radar, all of these sites, they will allow us to upload a list, and then it'll mine the internet and look for email addresses. So in order for us to get these people into our Facebook list, is we do have to have an email address for them, of course. So we start with the title rep, get our farm information, upload that farm information into one of these services, and then it'll spit out the emails. We'll take the emails out, and then we can upload those as a customer list. And so that creates our custom audience. So what does that do? That allows us now to target all of those people in that geographical area, in a very small geographical area, with Facebook advertising. And so again, we wouldn't be able to do that because when we select housing as an ad category, and I'll just show you that real quick. When we're doing these advertisements, one of the first things that it asks is special ad categories, right? So we have to, when we're doing housing and we're doing, the kind of advertising that all of us do, we have to select housing as a special ad category. So unfortunately, when we do that and we go to the next page, we're not able to target ages anymore. That's out. We have to target between 18 and 65. And we're not able to target genders. We have to target all genders. And the other thing is it defaults to a 15-mile radius around where we're setting this advertising up for. So like I said, this, uploading our own list into Facebook allows us to kind of get outside or basically break through that, these constraints. And so we can do some really, really good advertising in a very specific spot. So another thing that I came across, which was really cool, is something called the Facebook ad library. So I had never seen this before up until about, I don't know, I think about a week ago. So this Facebook ad, and literally you just go to Facebook, I think you just go to Facebook /library or ads library, or even just go into Google and search for Facebook ad library. And so we're able to basically search for any ads that have been on Facebook. So what is really cool about that is if we know of a realtor, a local realtor that we're like, wow, they do really cool ads on Facebook, I want to see what they do, we can search for that and they'll come up. So even Zillow, I mean, if we want to go and see what kind of ads Zillow is doing, we can click here and it'll give us all the different ads that Zillow is running actively. Isn't that amazing? So we can see what other groups are doing and you can duplicate these easily. So here's another one. Whoops. So this is a group in Myrtle Beach. And this guy is one of the top advertisers or one of the top realtors in his area. And so you can see all the different kinds of advertising that he does. And so no problem. All we have to do is go in here. Look at this. This is fun. 5-bedroom home for $199,000. That's not around here, is it? So, but we can see exactly how much he spends, the reach. We can see the ad details. So we can research exactly what these other marketers are doing in their area and rinse and repeat. I'm not really a big fan of reinventing the wheel. So we can go in, we can find all these different ads that they're running and the variations that they're running, and we can kind of duplicate those. So that I thought was a really, really cool thing. And then another thing that I came across was Facebook has what they call their Facebook blueprint. And the blueprint is just a really cool starting point for people that have never done Facebook advertising. You kind of want to learn a little bit more about it. So the Facebook blueprint is something that I came across as well. And I was like, wow, I've never seen this before. So I always want to, any information like that I come across, I always want to make sure that you guys see that as well. So again, I think that it's a really good idea to go to this, Facebook library and research other, what other people are doing in your area. And as promised, I am going to show you guys a couple of bits of text to put in your Facebook advertisements. And I'm going to send this all out to you on the replay, of course, but let me just share this. So I've got the actual text for you guys to use for these community, especially this one right here. This is a good community kind of Facebook advertising. See all use the community name, maybe it's Turtle Rock in Irvine. See all the Turtle Rock homes that hit the MLS today. Space. So with Facebook advertisements that work well, you've got to kind of appeal to, what people want on the internet. They want instant gratification, right? So they want to see stuff today. They want to see stuff that's now. So those kind of action words are really what, works well. in doing Facebook advertising. So find the best deals before anyone else steals them. That's kind of appealing to, the market right now, which is, so many buyers have that problem where they're, yeah, I found all these different homes I love, and then all of a sudden they're snatched up is, right when I'm trying to look for them, right? So using words like that kind of appeals to the market right now. And so, like I said, these two, little bits, I'm going to make sure that you guys have this in the replay so you can, basically go ahead and use them right away. And then, where you're going to send these people, that depends on, the advertisement. But in a community setting, when you're doing this community kind of advertising, you really do want to send them to your, and I'll just change my share here again. You want to send them to your website, to that community page, or to a specific IDX search page on your website. And so let me just show you one of those. I know a lot of you guys have them. I think John and Jennifer have a good one. So they've got their communities. And so say Hollister is where they're, we're doing this information for Hollister. So you want the landing page to be the property search page on your website. So when you're doing this kind of marketing, you want to, make sure that you're helping these people out by saying, hey, here's the, here's the information that you're looking for very easily. Plus, our search pages also have the ability for people to register, and so they can get that, the updates, which is really important. And again, on our example, we're referencing that, so we're saying, create your free account, customize property alerts, get alerted whenever a new home hits the market. So those are the kind of the things that people are looking for. They want to be alerted. They want to know, what's happening, what's hitting the market, especially in such a low inventory kind of a situation. So I know I went pretty quick, and as usual, these meetings are just meant to kind of, pique your interest. And then if you're part of our, programs 2, 3, and 4, go ahead and schedule an appointment with me, and we can specifically go through these steps. I can help you contact the title company. I can help you, create the spreadsheet. We can, go through, getting your properties into the property, into these different software programs where we can actually pull the emails. So all of these different steps, they're not hard, but I do get that, you hear it once and it's kind of like, oh, wow, that was overwhelming. So don't hesitate to, schedule an appointment with me, and we can go through these specifically and get your marketing going, for you. So I don't see any specific questions in the chat, but perhaps I'll bring Cameron on just for a sec. All right, Cameron, can you speak again?
Yep.
Perfect. So Cameron, I know you do a lot of this kind of, marketing and stuff. What kind of stood out to you for the presentation? Anything particular?
Yeah, I mean, I would say definitely just like what you said about the gentleman who said, hey, like I won't call you. With all the marketing that I try to do, I try to base it around, like your personality, because really at the end of the day, people are going to want to do business with you and your style. So, it's kind of staying true to that. I think that really, really helps you build a really good business and have people that come back to you for specific reasons, because that's a reason why that person chose to do business with you. And then also, obviously, with the ads, always a really strong call to action. Obviously, we have to have a call to action to get someone to actually, pick up the phone and call, or hit the button to send you a message. So with those two things, be true to your personality and have a good call to action. And I think that's just obviously a pretty simple main thing to being successful with that targeted advertising.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see, Etoff is asked one little question here. I appreciate that, Cameron. She says, can you please let us know what's happening in the real estate market?
Mhm.
Huge question. A couple different things. I think what we're going to start to see is as spring opens up, we're going to start to see more inventory. Traditionally, as spring and summer approaches, that's when people start to list their homes. And so I think we are going to see a little bit of pressure released on that, hyper buyer's market or seller's market. So we're going to actually see a little bit, hope, a little bit more inventory coming up. And with rates staying low, I think we're going to have a solid market. Cameron, what would you say?
Yeah, I actually yesterday looked at forecasts for the 10-year, and there's a lot of news out there right now and obviously like the 10-year treasury is what determines mortgage rates, right? The 10-year goes up, the rates go up, 10-year goes down, rates go down. So I've seen a lot of like media that's saying, oh, 10 years is probably going to go up to 2%, which would mean rates would be around, low threes, 3.5, which are still historically very good. But I looked at a forecast that we're calling for the 10-year to be about 1.2 in 6 months because a lot of the unemployment's going to be ending. And then, job reports are going to come out that aren't necessarily very good. But unfortunately, bad news economically is good for rates. So that kind of opened my eyes and said, hey, like if we get some inventory to open up and rates stay low or go down more, it's going to be a perfect storm. And, we're all going to be slammed. So I looked at several different sources for that, and they were all kind of calling the same thing. So definitely very, very good news because a couple months ago, that was not the forecast. So
you're absolutely right. No, thank you very much for that, Cameron. So that's another reason why it's so important right now to start doing our marketing and gear up for, a possible uptick in inventory. So that's just, we should always be doing marketing, but right now it's really important to, lay that foundation for when people actually start to say, oh yeah, maybe we should, list our home. And that's why these, home seller evaluation kind of campaigns should start doing pretty well, from here, all the way through summer. Well, perfect, guys. That is all we have for today's webinar. Get out there, make it a great week and a productive week. And I look forward to having all of you back on the webinar next Wednesday. And any questions that you have, don't hesitate to contact me directly or contact Cameron. All right, guys, have a great week. Bye-bye.